Hi, I'm Martin from Sydney Automotive Paints and Equipment. It's been interesting with COVID, but overall not too bad. So we've got branches in Canberra, Sydney, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Newcastle, Gosford. So different areas are affected differently. Brisbane got pretty much through COVID unscathed, but the floods smashed Brisbane pretty hard and Queensland. And Sydney got affected by COVID for about 3 months there, the second COVID, Omicron. But bounced back pretty good after the first Delta, went back in a bit of a hole, and it started to go. There's a lot of interest in EV and any sort of technology to help with that. There's a lot of interest in the data, machines for recalibrating cars. Spray booths are still popular. Mixed material rooms, behind me, are very, very popular. So that guys, it's a cheaper way than building a massive big spray booth style room. And welders, there's new welders out. The manufacturers, even though they got quiet through COVID as well overseas, Italy and France and Germany affected passively, but obviously they had some time to develop new machinery and making things work better, quicker, lighter, faster. So the first thing we would ask you is what type of work you're going to do in your workshop. Do you have any badges? You've got a Mercedes badge or a Volkswagen, an Audi, Tesla, have you got any type of specific badge, then we would guide you. Because unfortunately sometimes I go and buy a new welder because they just think it's a great welder, and then 3 months down the track the VW say, sorry, you need this, X, Y, Z, and you've got to go and spend another $30,000. So that's the first thing we sort of want to know what they're doing. They're going to do just general, fixed price repairing work, and then you need to be able to guide you. We cover it all. We do cover it all, but we try not to nowadays just put the customers in what we want to sell. We do ask a lot more people. There's lots of people out there with multiple manufacturers. Some bits of machinery will cover more than one brand, and I think if it was me, that's what I would be trying to do first. Find the machinery that I can do as many brands with as possible. I don't think there's probably not one that'll do them all, but you probably cover 4 or 5 decent brands with one bit of machinery, and then down the track you might have to buy another bit of machinery to cover some other brands that you start to do. You don't want to just waste your money. That's what I said. You need to talk with a company any company, not just ours, that will advise you on the best machinery to buy for the direction you want to take your business. And we're lucky here at Safe because we've got multiple brands, we've got different levels. We can push you, we can guide you into an area. Whether you take that advice or not, it's up to you, but we'll always try first. You've heard it before, but customers that like to buy up Sydney Automotive Paints, I think mostly like it because we've got stock. Try to always have our stock levels higher than I think most people in Australia, and we have a good range of products. And then when we look to go overseas, we spend a lot of time. We always go to the manufacturing plant, make sure that they are what they say they are, and then they've got a range as well that'll help us, and they've got the badges that we can then offer to, like they've already got the relationship with Audi, they've already got the relationship with Tesla. That's a big factor, and the ability for them to supply on time and get stuff in containers and get it to us. You would have heard, like getting freight out of any country in the world at the moment is extremely hard. So, and for us as well, for paint manufacturers, for anyone, it's extremely hard. To make it happen, but you've got to have the right suppliers. And one that's realised that our business is worthy enough for them to want to supply Australia. We're a small part of the global market, but obviously, if Sydney Automotive Paints is a big part of their business, then bang, we get supply. So Sydney Automotive Paints, but we're national. Safe is what we go by, right? It started in Sydney 30, 40 years ago. I don't know, I've been there 33 years, so pretty sure we're about 40 years old.
3 years.
I know, one job, eh? So my father started the business, so I started mixing paint behind the counter. Just to exact days, my wife always reminds me of that. Yeah, and then eventually became a sales rep and managed some of the smaller branches, and obviously now I run. My father's still a big part of the business. My brother's in the business with me as well, my younger brother. I'm, 10 more years maybe I have to step aside. One of my sons is coming through.